If you haven't watched the last video, sorry, but spoiler, it didn't end well. However, I wasn't going to let that deter me from continuing my Pteranodon experience on Gateway. So, it was back to the character creator, this time to make what would be easy to assume is one of Purple Nurple's many cousins. I liked the fairly solid appearance of Purple Nurple, so I decided to do the same with this one, but in green and pattern B. I named her Moldy Molly. Nice timing. And much like any other spawned-in dinosaur, Moldy Molly would start her journey dropped onto a fairly random location on the map already in want of food. So, a return to my favorite spot for a juvenile Pteranodon was the top priority on my list. While I should aim for a fast-growing perfect diet, I didn't feel like searching out sea turtle. To fishing we went, but the serenading of frogs quickly drew my attention away. Not only was it a different diet, but they also filled the Pteranodon tummy better than fish, allowing more time to search out other diets. If you could catch one, at least. Pew, 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 pew. The frog hunt didn't go well. The pesky buggers are pretty hard to catch, and my patience was wearing thin. Ah, I barely missed it! Pew, 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 pew. Oh my god! Should have gotten it that time. That's so annoying. So, before completely running out of stamina, it was back to fish before Moldy Molly starved due to my stubborn persistence. But it wasn't long before I was back at it again. This time, an amphibian was quickly snatched up. A lucky strike, perhaps. Caught a frog. Even though I also wrecked, but... Can I pick it back up? Quit moving, frog! The scent of the unalived frog soon brought unwanted dinner guests, but an additional snack for Moldy Molly, also some in-air fighting practice. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Frickin' pterodactyl is attacking me. After the somewhat embarrassing but fun dogfight with some success, Molly had to rest up due to the damage she took. I will say that the spawn timer of the Pterodactylus or Pterodactylus, whatever, should be increased. They appear too soon and hit too hard. This creates an extra unnecessary challenge for juveniles, and even adults who have just fought with their lives for their dinner. Hopefully, we see this change in the upcoming update, which I'm highly looking forward to, by the way. I do like the pterodactyls. They're a good snack for the Pteranodon and other small dinosaurs, but yeah, they hit way too hard and they spawn way too quickly. Once she was healed up and full of stamina, we took off to the Highlands Lake again. This time, it would be during daylight hours and hopefully more enjoyable than when Purple Nurple visited. We took a slightly different route, which was very nice to take in and fun to see. It was, just more landscape to see and enjoy. Before we even reached the lake, it was obvious it was highly populated based on the dinosaur calls. I stupidly wasted her stamina upon arrival because I thought I heard another Pteranodon calling out. It turned out it was a Hypsy. Embarrassingly, I still have a hard time learning the dinosaur calls, but it'll come in time. Indeed, there was a lot of activity around the lake, not a surprise with it being the migration zone. And so, we spent quite a bit of time flying around the area. The Deinosuchuses seemed to be distracted at one end by a herd, allowing me to fill up on water at the other. There was even another Pteranodon enjoying their time as well. Even though Moldy Molly made friendly calls to the Hypsies, they were, understandably, distrusting of the flying predator. But we had some fun, I think, as they tried to spitball Molly out of the sky and she swooped around them and the Stegos. Hypsies are trying to hit me with their spit. Eventually, our time at the lake came to an end and we moved along. I made the mistake of taking off in the dark. Don't ask me why. I knew that the night vision was terrible. Unfortunately, Moldy Molly was the one to pay for it. Oh, there's a tree, there's trees, there's trees, there's trees, there's trees! Ow! Or maybe it was all a fever dream she had before hatching out of the egg and being unceremoniously thrust into the world. Either way, she was a very young juvie again. This time, though, we ventured into new grounds for her start. Not long into venturing out, we saw our first dinosaur, a Deinosuchus, that wasn't looking to make friends, but rather to fill its rumbly belly. Or perhaps just to snatch a flying rat out of the air. But Moldy Molly was able to avoid its jaws and proceed to fill up on fish. We spent time exploring the area and, of course, resting up to regain stamina. Well managed, it's not terrible to get around. It seems the worst time I have with stamina is hunting frogs. But as Moldy Molly gets bigger, the easier I find them to catch, which actually makes sense. We also found a bit of a bug, too. One is an endlessly falling frog. No! I hit eat! No! Are you freaking kidding me? It's a forever loop of my frog. There we go, I grabbed it. So, different spot to eat this. obviously. And am I not big? Oh, okay, it's because I'm not big enough to swallow it whole. And the other, a disappearing frog into rocks. Are you serious? Okay. This time I drop my frog on a rock and it falls through the rock. And now I can't eat it. Well, that is more than annoying. Frogs are really hard to catch. Are you serious? I hit you, frog. Oh! While they can be a bit easier to catch the bigger my Pteranodon got, they were still a massive pain in the rear to hunt, with my success rate still remaining pretty low. But practice makes perfect, and I wasn't going to give up whenever the opportunity arose. You're mine! I just needed to keep a close eye on her stamina to make sure I wasn't stuck on the ground and easy for other predators to hunt. I literally landed on that freaking frog. Ah! And there goes all my stamina. Finally got a freaking frog. So badly wanted to go out to those to see. They do just look like they're just giant rocks, so nothing exciting about them, but eventually we moved up along the coast and then out into the sea because I thought it would be neat to see some of the islands. It was a fairly straightforward trip, but we did see some interesting locations. Oh. Human bunker? I know I can't enter that, but that's neat. It's out on this island. That's gotta be something eventually. You can tell that there has been a lot of forethought put into Gateway, and I'm excited to see where it leads. Oh, there's another one. I think there'd be water somewhere around on this island then. But, wanting fresh water and food, Molly needed to return to the main island. We came across another large herd and a Pteranodon. I was planning on logging out for a while, but we still teamed up for a bit. He needed fresh water, and so we headed into the swamp. At first I thought he got snatched by a Deinosuchus shortly after landing, but unfortunately my game had crashed. Immediately, I logged back in and was set back a bit. Molly's new friend was sadly long gone. Looks like Moldy Molly's boyfriend's gone forever. Even after broadcasting and flying around looking for him. We did see some bippies and raptors, which was neat. The bippies I thought I had recorded, but it turns out I had, which is pretty lame. It was then I realized that Molly's diet was empty. She was temporarily infertile. I spent quite some time looking for fish along the Delta River, but to no avail. It seemed like all the spots were fished out. Not to mention, I wanted to try and get a really good diet that was different than my usual. Wanting to try and build a perfect tri diet, we set out along the coast in search of sea turtles. We flew through the night, searching long and hard. But there was nothing, not even a crab, so we had to head back inland. Stamina was a problem since I didn't turn around sooner due to my own stubbornness, and by the time I got back to his own, I knew would have food. This isn't gonna be good. She was both dehydrated and starving. Quickly, I got her some water to at least alleviate that issue. Next was food. With her stamina still being so low, I knew that fishing was out of the question. Oh no, I'm gonna die from starvation, most certainly. Even if she caught a fish, it was a good chance she would have to land close to the water, which increased the likelihood of her being eaten. So, instead, I set my sights on a frog that was nearby. Where are you, frog? Here you are. Not only was it easy to see in the dark, it would have filled up her belly quickly, but, of course, I forgot how hard they are to hunt, even though that's what I've spent most of this playthrough doing. I'm gonna die. This was by far the most time-consuming and painful and torturous hunt that I have experienced so far in the Isle. Oh, there's some other creature near me. That's probably gonna kill me. I have no stamina. Regrettably, the meeting of stomach and frog was not meant to be. Big disappointment. And unlike the terrible and shocking demise of her cousin, Purple Nurple, Moldy Molly was destined to go silently into the night, to be food for some other starving carnivore, or perhaps just the pterodactylus that plagued the lands.
So everything we just did was nothing to do with this trip?
No, it wasn't. And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.